Willie Contraband here, and welcome to Beyond Duality.
Beyond duality, three eyes in a circle. Willie Contraband, no soul, controversial. Facts on facts, but my name's not Urkel. Hit 'em where it hurts till their heart turns purple. They say they got your back.
Alright, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. I go by the name Willie Contraband. This is Beyond Duality, where we dive deep into astrology, tarot, and all the mysteries of this realm. This is a generalized reading, but if you would like a personalized reading for your eyes only, go to williecontraband.com/guidance and I'll hook you up there, alright? So let's get into it, guys. This week we're doing June 1st to June 7th and checking out the celestial weather. So let's get right into it. First thing I see is we're coming in from a new moon in Gemini. So how y'all feeling, especially all my Geminis out there? Let me know down below. How you feeling, Gemini? Is a new moon, is a new you, is a new year. This is the beginning of your solar year. So definitely embrace all this energy. And collectively, right now it's where we're gonna have all our major downloads. You know, we're gonna get all these great ideas, great thoughts, great epiphanies, great reflection. We're also going to be coming out of Mercury retrograde this week. We're still going to be in shadow, but the heavy energy is going to be moving on its way out. I also see, we got this new moon in Aries in Gemini, but we got Mars and Jupiter in Aries with Chiron in there too. We got Mercury, Venus, and Uranus in Taurus. So we got all these planets back to back, where they're all bunched up within 3 houses for the most part. We got most of the planets. So what I'm seeing really is, we got a little bit of earth, we got some air, we got some fire, a lot of things trying to make us progress, move along, but at the same time, what's happening is we're finding security where we're at right now, or from the things that are coming to our mind. So what happens after this new moon energy, it's whatever attention, especially mentally, that we're putting in, like programming into, the ethers right now, it's going to call for us to, really start taking action soon. But I feel like we're gonna get the energy for it because June 2nd, we go into from Moon to Cancer, from Gemini. So all these thoughts, if they align with us emotionally, with our heart, if these two align, Cancer is gonna come in and be like, I gotta hold shit down, I gotta take care of things. It's gonna make you sensitive, but sensitive in terms of your senses are going to be sensitive to vibration, to the energy, to the frequencies of going around. So if you're in a spiral up right now, coming from this crazy ass, eclipse, retrogrades we've been having, don't worry, you're going to be on the right way, on the right path. If you're on a down spiral, it's not going to be too bad either. But emotionally, it's going to be like a rebirth, especially when the moon's in Cancer. That's its home. So this is where we're finding, in a way, too, like our foundation. And what is it that pushes us to want to do better, or to take care of ourselves, or take care of others? Especially moon in Cancer wants to take care of others. Especially Mars in Aries, make sure that everyone around them are protected. And Aries and Cancer have that, because Mars is in home in Aries. Those are both cardinal signs. So the moon and Mars at home, is really pushing us in a direction that it's like, this is what we got to do. Starting to see things clearly because Mercury's little by little getting out of retrograde. It gets stationed actually June 3rd, and the moon is still in Cancer. So finally we're going to start, having some clarity and capacity for certain things. And emotionally, and Mars is our drive, it's our ambition. Our moon is our mood, but that's also your emotions, which is your energy in motion. That's why most of us, we're emotional beings, and we sometimes go to our emotions to try to logically make a decision. Sometimes our heart could take us places our minds can't go, but sometimes, we only do things when we feel like it, which, could be a downfall. But at the same time, it's like the greatest things happen when you push through, especially emotionally, and it feels more effortless. So that's what I see happening June 3rd, during this time. Saturn still, in the final degrees of Aquarius, restricting us a bit, especially in a way semi-squaring, not semi-squaring exact, but, and not a square exact, but to Uranus, which is, in a way the father of Saturn, where it's like Saturn's like, I want to break free. I feel like I'm so close from, these past 2.5 years or so of feeling like I'm not free, but at the same time we're still not there. There's still a lot of different restrictions, even though some restrictions are coming down, because we have all this Aries energy pushing us through, and we had that Jupiter in Pisces the last month, the last few months, that allowed to dissolve some borders, dissolve some restrictions, but we're still not there. And that comes with, Pluto still in Capricorn. Pluto's retrograde. Pluto is making sure that, we surrender, and that's okay. But at the same time, it makes you zone in and just focus on the things you can control. So being aware with Mercury going stationary, being aware of, all right, let me not try to handle and control everything or force things. Like, it's more of like, I'm going to take my time and I know what direction I'm going into. And this leads us into June 4th. June 4th, we got Moon in Leo. So now we get adding on some extra fire energy, but Moon in Leo is very expressive. And I think this is good in a time where, we got all this Mars and Jupiter energy in Aries. So that's a trine, and that's very complementary with the Sun, Mars, and Jupiter, which Sun and Jupiter love to be in harmonious aspects, and Sun and Mars as well, so I feel like June 4th is going to be a push of really expanding our lives and really, more than anything, expressing where we're at and expressing our growth and expressing the direction we're heading in, to make sure whether it's, you're screaming at yourself in the mirror, you're having a speech in front of a conference or expo or anything that allows you to get this energy out of you. Leo is like, I have to release, I have to get this expression out, I have to make sure it's the sun, I have to make sure that people are warm, they're gonna feel this warmth, they're gonna feel this light. So the moon being there, I think it's actually a very positive thing, because Moon in Leo could be a little shaky too sometimes, but in this time I think it's positive, especially the sun's in Gemini. So you always got to look at, ruling planets and homes of all the signs. So like, say Moon is in Leo, Moon is your mood, you want to see how Leo, where's the sun at, and how do they like talk to each other, what's the conversation that the sun and Leo are having with the moon being in Leo, where the sun loves the moon and it's like, hey, what are you doing in my crib, what are you doing in my house, you know what I'm saying? The sun's like, I'm over here in Gemini having the time of my life, getting fueled by all this air, this quick Mercury, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, Mercurial, the god that's able to go to all the worlds, the sun soaking up all that. So I feel like this is a positive, having the Leo and the moon on the June 4th and June 5th, I believe. Yep. And this will allow us to start getting some of this energy out, because I feel like we're all holding on to a lot of things. So I feel pretty, optimistic about that. What else we got here? Let's see. Venus is still in Taurus. I feel like, we're going to really be feeling good, especially Mercury going stationary, going direct. Is stationary and starting to move forward into direct mode. But Mercury's in Taurus at the end. Venus is there, so Venus is like, man, as long as it looks good and I have good thoughts about it, I'm with it. So Venus is at home, Mars is at home. This is very interesting. And you know, Venus and Mars are like the lovers, kind of like the sun and the moon are. And they're both, both at home in 8 degrees. This is gonna be great. Let me see. So yeah, wow, guys. We got some good stuff happening. Very intense energy though. I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, we're all being called to really go in the direction we want, but also to be okay at the same time with things that are not working or things that might have a hold on, you know, because then we're going to June 6th where Saturn's actually going in retrograde. Wow. So yeah, this is it, guys. There's going to be a couple things that are going to be testing us, you know, and I feel like it's going to be an opportunity for a lot of people to clear their karma, actually, you know. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. Also, June 7th, the moon gets into Virgo. So this is very interesting because Virgo is details. And, you know, emotionally, we're going to start seeing the details of things. We've been processing a lot, reflecting a lot, kind of get retrospective about a lot of things. And we're at the point where now Saturn going retrograde is going to test a whole bunch of shit. Like, Saturn's about to, you know I just said a couple things, but seeing emotionally by the end of June 7th, emotionally we're going to be tested a lot. Emotionally, Saturn's going to try to press some buttons and try to restrict us in certain areas, but what it's trying to do is make us refine certain skills that we have. Saturn's also the taskmaster. So, you know, even talking about Virgo's like a workhorse, a work-oriented lifestyle. Virgo loves to build. Virgo loves to know all the hows and the whos and the whats and the whys and, you know, how things come together. Saturn there allows you to kind of zone in on certain parts. So Saturn in retrograde, I don't know if it's the best time to try to level up new things. I feel like it's okay, or I think it's positive to, you know, have new things planted. But, you know, as long as you're putting water on them, don't expect them to grow right away. But there's other things that are, you know, a tree doesn't grow overnight. It doesn't even grow over in a year. Like, it does grow, but it's not full. So, you know, check things that have been growing in your life and zone in on those, you know, zero in and get on, you know, hyper focus in a way with Saturn there. Because, you know, this is the last Saturn retrograde in Aquarius that we have. So let's be happy and let's get through it. It's going to try to, you know, make another hard square with Uranus, which is in Taurus. But this is like the final run in a way of, you know, everything we've been experiencing these last 2.5 years get thrown back in our face and see how we actually create the final product and the final version of ourselves for this time period in our lives. Because we're going to have more versions, but in this Saturnian Aquarius era, let's see how we come out of this even better and stronger and smarter, you know. Because that's what, you know, a lot of people are scared of Saturn, but Saturn's just wanting to level you up. Saturn's karma, Saturn's time, Saturn's, you know, taskmaster. So it's things like that it's like, it's almost like tough love. But like I said, we got Venus and Mars in home, you know, Venus in Taurus, Mars in Aries. So there's going to be a lot of things on our side to help us pass these tests and help us get to the new level and, you know, claim and own those new versions of ourselves, you know, to step into those shoes and fill them up. Because it's time, you feel me? But I'm going to leave that off right there because that's June 7th. It looks like the energy starts getting super intense around this time. But I want to do some tarot for the collective. If anybody is new to this channel, there's the New Vision tarot cards. Been having these for about a decade now. Oh, there's one card. And I just let the cards pop out. Usually do about 3 cards, but if a few more pop out, it's cool. I just want to see what's going on with the collective for this week. Let's see. Ooh, okay, if Spirit has any words for us. Well, alright. So we got a whole bunch of cards that popped out. I'm going to read a few of them. Yeah. Alright. So, first card is all this earth energy. I'm not making this up. 4 Pentacles. Wow. This is interesting with Mercury going stationary and then direct this week. Because we're talking about, earth energy with Pentacles, 4 of coins for earth. But at the same time, you see the coins on his head, which is very mercurial. Mercury is the only god that was able to travel to all the worlds, the earth realms, the heavens, the underworld. So with this earth, this coin element on top of the head, Mercury going direct, this is like kind of that pinpoint of when Mercury's going direct, and you're starting to see things clear and get clarity. You start looking up this mountain like, alright, this is where I'm going. Obviously you're not moving yet, but you got some clear vision now, and you see where you're aiming at, you see where your goal is. And what that leads to is, wow, 8 of Swords. Okay, so 8 of Swords, look, blindfold. Things may seem very dark right now, and like I said, we're just starting to get some clarity. We're just gonna start seeing things a little clearer and be like, all right, I kind of have an idea where I'm going. I see it, but you see it in your mind, and don't let people around you tell you otherwise or make fun of you. You got a barrier because you probably have gone through a lot of things where maybe you wanted to do certain things and people around you didn't give you the proper support. But once again, this Pluto energy as well, where it's like you feel trapped, you feel like you can't control things, but really it's like having that faith, in a way blind faith, but this is not fully blind because you're starting to see certain things. It's just trusting that feeling, in a moment where you're not able to control as much as you would like to, And what this leads to is 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Earth, more Earth energy, and 8 of Pentacles is about putting in work, So maybe you're starting to see things clearly, don't have much control, but start working on the things that you do have control over. Some people are waiting to get certain type of money or certain type of help from certain people, but that money or the help from certain people don't come until you start doing the thing yourself. Whatever you got, start with whatever you have and do your best with what you got, and that's how you really start creating things, and people gravitate towards that. After that, more Earth energy. Wow, I'm not making this up. 9 of Pentacles, where 9 talks about tranquility, peacefulness, being on the other side. This is crazy because, we just had the 4 of Pentacles, where it's like you're starting to see where you want to go. 9 of Pentacles, once you start working, you might find a peace in that work. And you don't have to call it work. You could just call it, what I like to do. Or sometimes it might not be something you like to do, and you got to do what you got to do, so later you could do what you want to do. But finding peace in whatever that type of energy is right now, in the earth realm, finding for what grounds you, finding your cheat codes. This is what I've been telling people, is find your cheat codes, find the things that when you do get out of whack, it helps you easily come back to where you need to come, to a balanced, grounded place to make the right decisions. After that, more earth energy. I'm not making this up. 10 of Pentacles, finding things that you value in your life, finding abundance in things that are priceless, home and family energy. How's that going for you? Are these things that you have to change in your life? And maybe family is not just blood, maybe blood doesn't mean family no more. Maybe is loyalty, maybe is the people that care for you or ask you how you're doing that you start looking at as family. But appreciating the people around you, appreciating the things that bring you security and groundedness into your life, because boom, 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 Ace of Wands. These are similar cards because it's similar energy to last week, Ace of Wands is bringing that initiative, cardinal energy of going in a direction, but not just looking at it, but moving into it, and you're moving into a new place in your life. So equip yourself with the right things you need. Equip yourself with the knowledge, but also equip yourself with the right people, the right energy. And the right people doesn't necessarily mean that you need more and more people in your life. Less is more, especially in these times that we're in right now. Less is more, So I definitely want to ride off that energy. I definitely encourage for everyone to find their cheat codes or their life hacks in terms of like what helps you get grounded, because a lot of things have been changing and a lot of things are shifting in terms of collectively how we associate with each other and how we are individuals in this new collective, in this new energy or new world or whatever, because things are definitely changing. So we want to set ourselves up in the right way, equip ourselves in the right way, have the right arsenal. In regards to like a good cheat code for me is like going for walks in the grass with my feet in the ground, like actually grounding and earthing. And I've done it so much and so long now that over the last few years that it's medicine for me. If I'm feeling crazy emotionally, mentally, I know that Mama Earth got my back and she's gonna nurture me. And I go in my backyard, start walking in circles for like 20-30 minutes, and I could literally feel energy draining out from my calves down to my legs, my toes, the bottom of my feet. I could feel everything coming like. And I was just like, wow, this is amazing. Another thing, I like going for walks, with trails, parks, neighborhoods. But just going for long walks help me kind of clear my mind out. And another thing is drinking a lot of water. That's one of my biggest cheat codes, is we're water beings. We're made of mostly water. So sometimes you might get out of whack because you might just go 1% down below your proper hydration level, and it'll mess you up because you start getting a little dizzy or a little headache, or you get mood swings, or not emotionally stable, or thinking crazy thoughts. Water is a solvent and it can dissolve a lot of things, so keep that in mind. And I want to write out on that note. I appreciate everybody for watching, for tuning in, supporting. Make sure you go down in the description, subscribe to the Swim Network. You can see Swim right here. It's a movement, baby. I want everyone to be a part of it and be able to enjoy and benefit off all the things that are coming. So definitely subscribe to the Swim Network, and tell a friend. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of it. This is just food for thought, so feel free to feed me back, leave me some feedback, let me know down below how it goes, how it went, what it do, what it does, if I'm crazy, or if it makes sense, if it resonates or whatnot. I'll see y'all next week. We're gonna keep doing this every week. We're gonna have the weekly weather report, celestial forecast, that celestial vibration. And we're gonna start doing monthly readings, how you all enjoyed from back in the day, Beyond Duality, for each sign, and that's gonna be on the Swim Network. So stay tuned, alright? And I'll see you next time. Much peace, much love.
Got you thinking that I'm dying, quoting all my songs, telling you that I'm lying. Though I know the truth, cause the truth will always find you. No matter where you go, is always right there behind you. See the shiny lights is only really there to blind you. Crazy how the stars in the sky could define you.